We're back. Haha, we are back. Lovely. Just making sure my face is actually in line with what I'm doing. But hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United by 4, the Manchester United versus Crystal Palace Premier League preview. The Red Devils travel to Selhurst Park on Sunday, the 30th of November. Better say December there. November at 12 p.m. to face Crystal Palace. Look, it's going to be a tough game. There's no doubt about that. You know, we don't have to sugarcoat how tough it's actually going to be. You know, I think most that have went this season haven't had it all their way. Look, it is great to be back. Please do like the video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. I know for such a long time. Trust me, if I go away for that long again, you have every right to slag and hate me. But we won't have that problem again, I can guarantee you that. Came back, our first video back, you never know what to expect in terms of, you know, how the video is going to go. So do bear with me. It'll get better as the times go on. I'll look this video back and sort of see if there was any issues. So trust me, I'll definitely notice them before you will. Yeah, look, there's our form coming into this game. You know, it's just getting out the me notes. I mean, look, we're coming into this game with, well, we haven't won our last 3 games. You know, you can see there are 5 games in general. 2 against Liverpool away. I mean, that's just easy stuff nowadays. Being Liverpool, let's be real here. Maybe Brighton 4-2 at home. We drew 2-2 against Forest with a late equaliser from Ahmad. We drew 2-2 against Spurs with a late equaliser from the Lit. And we lost 1-0 against Everton. 10-man Everton. I mean, look, that game was woeful. That Everton game was woeful. Like, honestly, from the off, like the first 5 minutes in, you could just already tell that, yeah, this is going to be one of them days. And I thought we actually had a getaway jail card when they got their man sent off. I mean, yeah, it's funny. It is funny because after the international break, you never know what to expect from your team, especially Manchester United. We never know what to expect from our team. But you sort of think to yourself, no, hold on, it's Everton at home. You know, we coming into it, we were 5 games unbeaten. So you thought, okay, hold on, we'll be all right. We're under the lights at Old Trafford. Sure, what can go wrong? Famous last words. Famous last words, I tell you. It was shocking. Like when first of all, they started the game off well. They were constantly pressing us. We were just constantly giving the ball away. And then when they got their man sent off, I was thinking, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only Manchester United fan that was thinking this. This now we'll go for the we'll go for the kill because we don't do it that easy. We'll go for the attack. You know, this will be us. Surely we will capitalize now and just go on and go on and go on. The stadium will erupt and we'll be like, thankfully. That's what I was like when they got their man sent off. I was like, we needed that. And then they go and score. Like, it was honestly a weird match. Then we just kept hitting them. But it just wasn't working. But we were still frustrated and we were still poor when we were putting the press on them and constantly having the ball in the second half. And by the way, Everton deserved that win on Monday, by the way. Any Everton fans watching, or rival fans in general, Everton deserved the win. They played well when they needed to. They just played well when they needed to. They had to do their business. And that was their first ever win at Old Trafford since 2013. 12 years since Everton beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. Oh my God, it's so frustrating. Like, even like now, I'm still frustrated thinking about that game. You know, usually when you lose, I'm like, oh my fucking God, But then you're that used to it, sort of like, okay. Oh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was like, what, seriously? And you're coming into this game thinking, like, every time I get the belief, and every time I start to believe in them, start to think, you know what, we can, I feel like we can do things now. That's the cheer. I get slapped in the face, and it sort of brings me back to reality. I'm like, yeah, I am not smart because I actually thought I could believe every time, every bloody time. I start to believe. I start to be like, okay, I'm liking this. I'm gonna predict us to win the next match again. I'm gonna predict us to win the next match, and then they decide to, Dino, what do you think we are? We're gonna let you down, and then you don't trust them. That's sad. That's a sad thing to say. It's a shame to say because you should be able to trust your team. You should be able to know when your team are going into a football match. You know, we'll win this. We'll win this. We make it hard for ourselves. We'll still win this. Relax. We don't get that with Manchester United. We genuinely don't. Like, we need to win this game because there's a lot of pressure starting to come back, and there probably was pressure there before that loss on Monday on Ruben Amorim. I do like Ruben Amorim, by the way. I do. I still back him, but on Monday he thinks that if he constantly keeps doing it, majority of the fan base will turn him. At the moment, majority of the fan base haven't, which is why he's perfect. He's safe. There's nothing to worry about on that side yet. But you sort of think if we were to lose to Palace on Sunday, you sort of think, and in what way we do lose, then it's just more. Then you have West Ham at home. Then it constantly just goes on. If we're going into Christmas, just say with 3 points to our name, you're sort of like, Ruben. I mean, he should have taken off a defender on Monday. But we had the extra man at home. Go for it, Ruben. Go for the kill. Take the risk. Go for it. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Then we can say, right, he went for it. The players were just shit. He went for it. He didn't. I felt like it was a waste. Lenny Yoro felt like it was a waste. Because they're defending. We don't need... And we were still having them on when we knew deep down, like as the fans, we knew we're going to capitalise. We're going to be dominating these now. Because they're more than happy to sit back and defend. And I don't blame them. I genuinely don't. Because they've done it very well. And Everton looked comfortable all the way through that game. Everton probably now have never been so comfortable before in their life when defending. And if you are gonna have, throw Delaney Euro into the box then, and have Shaw, and who was it, Dallo, have someone be in defence, throw another defender up, more height in the box, more bodies. We didn't. Euro just he can't stick with. He can't give a cross. He can't whip the ball in. He can't do long balls. He can only defend. But that's not his fault. Take him off. Bring on. We had a couple of young lads on the bench. Bring them on. Like, don't be sitting there saying these lads are going to be ready for when Mbumo, Ahmad, Mazraoui, I'm not sure there's someone else or not, but when them lads go to AFCON, and then these lads be ready. And don't play them when we need the win, we need the points. Don't be doing things. That pisses me off because you're telling me one thing, but you're doing another. And I still back Ruben, by the way, and I'll probably say, but I genuinely do. It took me a long time, funny enough, to sort of think, right, Ten Hag, you're gone, sunshine. And I want to sort of I don't want to be that. Get him gone. Like seriously. Like how long's I said it when before Ten Hag got sacked. We sacked Ten Hag, and Ten Hag, he deserved the sack. He deserved it. Trust me. But I was like, we're probably going to be in this position this time next year, and we are. We are. We genuinely are. And if Ruben was to ever get sacked, ever, and I don't think we should sack him, to be honest with you. Suppose he's meant to get like the rest of this year to see how things pan out. But you know that if we go and lose all our games coming into Christmas, it could be a different story, In the Glazers, they talk absolute shit. Like they genuinely are. Like seriously, like how they even have a job is it absolutely baffles me. Because if they can, partially own a football club, but then I may as well just throw myself in the mix as well. Sure, I haven't got 5-6 billion out to me now. If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here. But serious. Like, will Ruben make changes? Will he make 5 or 6 changes? Will he be like, yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna, play Kobe. I'm gonna maybe try play. I'm gonna probably drop Lenny. I'm going to play Ahmad as wing back. I'm going to be, But I guarantee if he is to make changes, here's what has changed. I think. He probably drops Xerxes and plays Mount. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, he'll probably... No, actually, yeah. He'll drop Mazraoui, right? And he'll play Mount. So Ahmad will go wing back. Mount will go as to 10. That's how it'll be. He drops Patrick Dorgu and plays Dallo. I guarantee. He's not going to play Kobe. If Anton, he's going to play Ugarte. If he is, I don't think he will make changes. That changes in the midfield. Could be wrong. Hope I am. And if I am, I'll but that'll be it. Like, I don't get the obsession with Dallo. He's fucking shit. He's a right back. So he's right footed. So for Dallo to whip a ball in, he's either going to use his weak foot, which probably comes out to be a shit cross, or else he has to run up on the left hand side, turn. He trying to get it in with his right foot, and by then there's probably 2 or 3 players on him, so he can't give it in. So then he has to go back to maybe defend, and then it's back to square one again. It's just for stupid. It's honestly so annoying. I'm not a big fan of Diogo, to be honest. Or Ugarte. Xerxes, I thought Xerxes wasn't bad doing it, to be honest with you. But he was in it, we lost at the end of the day. It is what it is. But I cannot see Ruben making changes to the midfield. Like Ruben's not going to push Bruno forwards, because then if he does push Bruno forwards and then Bruno has the best game of his life there again, then he can't play Bruno deeply again, because then it's sort of going against him, as if I've just wasted a player there for the past 3, 4, 5 months, whatever long it is. All of a sudden I'm playing forward, Ruben again in a more of attacking position, and he plays great, and if he does do that, well then happy days. But Ruben, we all know Bruno's not a 6. Bruno's best football is further forwards. It's just to push forwards, and then Bruno does push forwards in the game, and then we're left with no midfield because Casemiro hasn't got legs. It is what it is. Yeah, look, it's gonna be. This is not gonna be an easy game at all. It's gonna be tough. We haven't at Selhurst Park in like 5 years or something like that. 4 or 5 years, something like that. I think that was when Matic scored the late equaliser? It was a brilliant goal, that. I think Palace went 2-0 up, and then Matic got the winner to make it 3-2. I think so. Or maybe it was when Zlatan got the winner. Yeah. Could have been one of them, but that's how long it was ago. I think we had them two playing for us. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, we'll jump into our opponents. Look, let us know your thoughts on Ruby. Now, do you still back him? I still back him. Or if you back him, fine. If you don't back him, fine. I'm not gonna start shouting and going mad here. But just in terms of terminal, Sesko is going to take a little more time alongside Maguire. But Cunha will not be available for this game, but he will be back for next Thursday. He's needed. So let's jump into our opponents, who are Crystal Palace. Their last 5 games have been 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. 2-0 win against Brentford at home, 3 win against Yalkmaar at home, 0-0 draw at home against Brighton. Watch that game against Brighton, Barfest. Beat Wolves away from home 2-0, and they lost against Strasbourg on Thursday 2-1. Again, they played on Thursday night. The game's at 12 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and guaranteed they'll turn up playing as if they had the week off. We should be capitalising on that. Press them, playing high intensity, because there's a good chance they could be still tired from Thursday's game. They didn't make an awful lot of wholesale changes, so yeah. But look, Palace are a good team. I like Oliver Glasner. I always said if Ruben was to get sacked, I wouldn't mind Glasner coming in. We just gas because he plays 3-4-3, so I still don't get Williams like Ruben. But there you go. They have a solid defense. They're very, very strong in defense. They're solid at home. They're not going to make it easy for us. Their fans going to be loud. They've good players. You know what? I like someone. I like Gahey, Croy, Munoz, Wharton. I actually like Mateta. I like Sarr. I really like Sarr. I think I have 1 or 2 other players I like. Palace have a very, very good team. They really, really do. They have a good team. There's not a player you look at and think, yeah, we can. Like I can't like I go similar to Ruben, so it's going to be, a mirror image of formation. So it could be very man to man. Look, who can play it better? Who can play it better? Looking at the league form here, Palace are 5th in the league with 20 points. We're 10th in the league with 18 points. We could be further down by the time we play. A win for Manchester United could possibly put us into the top 6, but again, that depends what happens in other games over the time we play. In terms of term news for them, Sosa was supposed to game Will Hughes. He had to come off on Thursday, but hopefully be in the matchday squad, and everyone else is fine. Yeah, I mean, look, it'll be very similar in terms of how we both play. I've watched Palace play a few times this season, at home especially, and they press. Their players are good. You can tell that they know exactly what they're doing. They're just good. They're ballers. Like, they haven't got a bad team. Like, honestly, think of the Palace team from the Crystal Palace team from years ago. It's not in day. I mean, remember like the White Gale and Jason Punchin and players like that. What you had Ward as fullback. Yeah, I mean, geez, it's a very, very good team now. I don't know what to expect from us. But you look at Palace, we've had the week off. We haven't played since Monday. They played on Thursday. That's what a 3-day turnaround, 2-day turnaround, 2-day turnaround. And look, will I be surprised if they still look the fresher team? Not in a million years would I be surprised. Not in a million years. Look, I'm going to go through my 11, and here we go. Hopefully it's the way I imagined it. So in goal, Le Mans, a back three of Shaw, De Ligt and Euro. Dorgu and Ahmad at the wing backs, Casemiro and Bruno in the midfield. And you have Mount and Boomo behind Joshua Zirkzee. Look, like I said, if and Dallo could possibly come in, please don't. Mount could come in, as I predicted. I mean, Leach, I can't see him playing. I mean, I always say if you're fit enough to be on the bench, you're fit enough to play. Like, he's fit enough to start. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Leach comes on in this game. But that's how we're doing. I mean, if Ruben likes making defensive changes, which is gas, because he didn't make it's fine funny. Ruben usually takes off the defender and brings on the defender. Why could he have not done that on Monday? I love you, Ruben. I'll back you, but what's going on there? I know. Terms of score prediction, I tried to be positive, but every time I'm positive, it comes back to bite me. So I'm going with a 2-1 loss. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with Mateta and Sir. For us, I'm going to say Mason Mount. That's what I'm going to go with. Look, I know first video back in hell, and I pretty much not a loss. And that's unfortunately. I'll shut it down to me. Yeah, look, there will be a post-match reaction, and the player ratings will be included in that as well. It's been a long time since we've been away. It's nice to be back. The first video probably not going to be the best thing in the world, but we're back. You know, the comeback's always better. And yeah, we just have to. I just have to graft. You know, I just have to sort of graft. You know, it's my own fault. Sometimes life gets in the way. But look, like I said, we're gonna graft hard. You know, I want to do a lot of things between now and Christmas, and then obviously when the new year comes around, we do it. The only change is just no watch alongs. But who knows? There could be an odd time we do a watch along, but there will be. You know, you might. Yeah, there are things I have in mind. There are things I have in mind. But look, please do, if you can, do like the video, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your predictions in the comments below. I do appreciate it. Follow our socials as well. Links will be in the description. And I'll speak to you all